What if I told you there was a city where time literally stopped? A place where people's final moments were captured forever. Not by a painter, not by a sculptor, but by nature itself. This is Pompeii, the city that disappeared beneath the fury of Mount Vesuvius and then reappeared nearly 17 centuries later, perfectly preserved beneath the ash. For almost 10700 years, Pompeii was forgotten, buried deep under layers of volcanic ash and stone. Farmers worked the land without realizing that under their fields lay streets, theaters, and temples. Villages grew nearby, but the city's name faded into legend. Then in 1748, explorers digging in southern Italy struck stone walls and uncovered artifacts that shocked the world. Unlike other ruins, which had crumbled under centuries of exposure, Pompeii looked as though time had paused. Streets, frescoes, and even pottery remained intact. It wasn't just ruins, it was a city caught mid-breath, waiting to be uncovered. As excavations deepened, archaeologists realized Pompeii's story was far more haunting than just preserved buildings. Hollow cavities in the hardened ash revealed where human bodies had once been. By carefully filling these voids with plaster, they recreated the exact shapes of Pompeii's citizens. Men, women, and children appeared as they had been in their final moments, some shielding themselves, others clutching loved ones. One plaster cast shows a dog chained in a desperate twist, another a child reaching for safety. These figures were not statues but real people, preserved at the instant life was stolen from them. No other archaeological site in the world shows such raw humanity. What makes Pompeii unique is not only its tragedy, but its ability to reveal the details of daily Roman life. Archaeologists uncovered taverns with wine jars still standing on shelves, loaves of bread preserved in ovens, graffiti scrawled on walls with political slogans, jokes, and even romantic notes. Frescoes and mosaics decorated villas in vivid colors, telling stories of gods, myths, and banquets. Bathhouses revealed Roman social culture, while brothels with wall paintings exposed the hidden aspects of their society. Unlike ruins eroded over centuries, Pompeii was sealed suddenly and completely, giving us a frozen snapshot of a world 2,000 years ago. Today, Pompeii is one of the most visited archaeological sites on Earth. Tourists walk along its ancient streets, stepping into villas, theaters, and marketplaces just as they stood in 79 AD. Ongoing excavations continue to reveal extraordinary finds, such as an intact food shop with painted counters and amphorae, and recently unearthed bodies still frozen in ash. But Pompeii faces a modern challenge. Erosion, pollution, and the weight of millions of visitors threaten to undo what the volcanic ash preserved. Conservators race against time, balancing access for the public with the responsibility of protecting one of the world's most unique time capsules. Pompeii is the most famous victim of Mount Vesuvius, but not the only one. Just a few miles away lies another city. Unlike Pompeii, which was preserved in ash, this city was encased in volcanic mud and fire. And what survived there is even more astonishing: wooden furniture, scrolls, and skeletons by the sea. This city is Herculaneum. Everyone knows Pompeii, but few know about its sister city, Herculaneum. Buried by the same eruption of Mount Vesuvius, yet preserved in ways Pompeii never was. If Pompeii is the city of ash, then Herculaneum is the city of shadows, its secrets hidden in fire, its story revealed centuries later. Herculaneum remained hidden even longer than Pompeii. In 1709, workers digging a well struck something unusual: marble statues and painted walls buried deep underground. They had unknowingly uncovered part of Herculaneum's ancient theater. But it was not until decades later that serious excavations revealed more of the city. Archaeologists uncovered entire villas, streets, and mosaics preserved under nearly 20 meters of volcanic material. Unlike Pompeii's ashen blanket, Herculaneum was entombed by a river of volcanic mud that hardened into stone. This suffocating tomb crushed some areas, but also sealed fragile details that would have decayed anywhere else. The destruction of Herculaneum left behind treasures that Pompeii could not preserve. Wooden furniture, beds, doors, and even entire rooftops survived in charcoal form but still intact. Colorful frescoes still shine with remarkable brightness, while jewelry, tools, and everyday items were uncovered almost exactly as they had been left. The most remarkable find was in the Villa of the Papyri, a luxurious residence containing hundreds of papyrus scrolls, the only ancient library ever discovered from the Roman world. Though carbonized by the heat, these scrolls still hold philosophical texts that modern technology is slowly beginning to read, offering a rare window into lost Roman knowledge. For centuries, scholars believed Herculaneum citizens had escaped, since few remains were found at first. But in the 1980s, excavations near the ancient shoreline revealed the grim truth. Hundreds of skeletons were discovered, packed into boathouses, men, women, and children huddled together waiting for rescue that never came. Their bones tell a chilling story. They were killed instantly by the searing heat of pyroclastic surges, which vaporized flesh in seconds. Unlike Pompeii's plaster casts, Herculaneum's skeletons remain as stark reminders of the sudden violence of that day. Each skull, each ribcage, each tightly clenched hand speaks of fear and desperation. Today, Herculaneum is smaller than Pompeii, but perhaps even more intimate. Walking through its narrow streets, visitors can see two-story houses with wooden balconies still standing, colorful mosaics gleaming on villa floors, and carbonized furniture sitting in place as if awaiting its owners. Unlike the crowded pathways of Pompeii, Herculaneum feels quieter, more preserved, almost like stepping into someone's home moments after they left. But the site is fragile. Exposure to sunlight, humidity, and modern tourism slowly damages what the eruption once sealed. Conservationists face an ongoing battle to preserve this miracle of survival before time erases what fire once saved. Pompeii and Herculaneum, two cities destroyed in the same disaster, yet preserved in different ways. One gave us haunting plaster casts of people frozen in their last breath. The other gave us fragile libraries, wooden furniture, and skeletons by the sea. Together, they tell not only of tragedy, but of survival in memory. They remind us that history is not just written in books. It is carved in stone, sealed in ash, preserved in fire, and whispered through ruins. And both ask us the same timeless question: when disaster strikes and centuries pass, what will remain of us when time decides to stop? In the silence of Pompeii's plaster figures and the skeletons of Herculaneum, we do not just see the past, we see ourselves. These cities are not only archaeological sites, they are mirrors, reflecting the fragility of human life and the resilience of memory. The eruption of Vesuvius turned bustling Roman towns into eternal reminders of how quickly everything can vanish. Yet their rediscovery proves that even in destruction, stories endure. Pompeii and Herculaneum stand as living lessons. Civilizations may fall, but their voices echo through time, waiting for us to listen.